Hello and welcome back. Today we are playing Wallachia in Victoria 3, and we will be fighting the Ottomans. We already took one crack at this and got a little bit unlucky in terms of which generals were getting picked for the battles, and we kept on getting like these 10 stacks of the Austrians getting picked for the battles directly on the front of our capital, and we lost our capital, so we're going to take another crack at it. This war is more than winnable. We're going to be fighting against the Ottomans. In the one trial we tried and failed, what ended up happening is Austria and Russia backed us and France backed the Ottomans, and we had a pretty big advantage and we were making ground. And then again, we got unlucky where we're having battles where 100 battalions of the French were going against 10 of Austria, and it just kept picking the 10 of Austria. In terms of what's going to be going on for this battle, or this war, we're going to want to turn these PMs on, and we're going to want to turn them on at a very key point, basically right before we're going to need them. We're going to kick this stuff to the back of the queue, though, because we won't need it for a hot minute. And I think I have some unis in here. We'll kick them back to the back as well. And just get ready for the war. Now, we have a surplus right now, a very large gold reserve. We're planning on probably using the vast majority of it. So this is going to be a bit uncomfortable in terms of the economic situation. We also have an infrastructure problem here, so we'll fix that. And we'll incorporate them. We incorporated it a little early. We'll handle it once these are... Well, we incorporated it early in a way that's like very, very painful, because we're going to get 20% tax waste until these finish, but they'll finish. That's not what's important. What's important is we have a way bigger economy than them, so we should be able to support a way bigger military here, and we are doing just that. Last episode we took over Serbia, which luckily, so in just Wallachia, you can only build up to 100 barracks, and we can build 100 because we have the law of professional army, which I think is by far the best law here, especially with the new morale changes, where this peasant levies is the worst in terms of giving a lot more morale loss, and professional army is the best in decreasing morale loss. But other than that, it allows you to have a very, very high barracks level, which is nice. Who are we crediting? The Industrialists. Okay, so what will happen here is... I lost my train of thought by that event. We'll tick this up. But yes, 100 battalions didn't quite feel like enough, which was like a bit of a problem, or enough to fight the Ottomans. But now that we have this territory too, we can get up to 150 battalions. Did we promote this guy? We need to promote him to level 3 in order for him to lead that many battalions. And Adrian is leading the main corps of troops. And we are about to finish what is these government admins, so we will no longer have the shame of having this minus 110. A little premature on incorporating. Got a little ahead of myself. We might have to turn up taxes for this war. It's important to consider that once we start getting down to like this, but I think for now it'll be fine. We are just going to try and tough it out, and we are going to turn these on. Now, once you turn these on, if you go into the barracks and take a look, you'll notice, hey, the defense is crap. That's because they have an equipment adjustment. We are going to wait through this equipment adjustment penalty for quite a little bit until it's around 50%, and then we will start the play. Maybe 45%. I'm not sure exactly what the percent is we want, but ideally we want to be at 0% as soon as the fighting starts, and also we want to not get at 0% like at the very start of the play. So it's a little bit of a timing thing. I don't know the exact timing because I don't generally min-max this, but we have gone from having 0 military to having 150 battalions in like 1 or 2 game years or something like this. And so this is a bit of a very quick uptick in terms of getting a military. There's also a chance he just backs down, but okay, we will probably set Bulgaria as the primary war goal. The reason being is the main reason we're declaring this war is because we really, really need access to the water, because if you take a look at the diplomacy, we can only declare interest close to us or adjacent to our primary thing, or I guess also in our overlord. Not sure why we can declare in Italy, but the point is that being landlocked prevents us from declaring interests, and if we could declare wider interests, we could get better import routes into the Austrian market, and also we could start building up our potential to, you know, have our own market, which we can't do. Bulgaria gives us a port either way. Even though Dobruja is what we really want, Bulgaria gives more infamy. So if the Ottomans just back down, we would rather have them back down and give us Bulgaria than give us Dobruja. Because Dobruja gives less infamy, so we don't mind declaring for it again. This will all make a little bit more sense once we start the war, but this is just kind of min-maxing the amount of infamy we have to take depending on what the AI does. Let's take a look here in our buildings. What kind of penalty we run in here? You're not running a penalty because most of your units were not built when we swapped over. And we are about to start the play here. Alright, let's start it. So, for Bulgaria, and we will add Dobruja straight away. Normally you kind of want to wait, but we're going to sway. We're going to try and sway two countries, and this is going to be what we do. Notably, we are not going to try and sway Prussia. The reason why we do not want to sway Prussia is because we'll open the market for... I actually kind of like the idea of opening the Persians market. Like, I would prefer the Persians market be open. Oh, they won't accept it. Okay. So we will try and sway Russia first. And then we will try and sway Austria. We will not sway Prussia because we don't want Austria to join against us. We will slow down the game speed a little bit, and we will mobilize these guys and put them on the fronts. And we will put this guy not on our main front, because we would rather fight the main front with Adrian, who is very, very strong. Okay, so we're going to go for protective speech here, because we like spreading tech. Okay, France joined against us. That's unfortunate, but we can offer to ban slavery and get Austria. And so we will have a grand old war. Hopefully. And then we will have 10 maneuvers left, and we will take war reps. And we will take them, if we had a front with France, with one of our allies, we would take them on France, but since we don't, we're going to take them on them. Okay. So now, I think we are going to want to conscript. And we are only going to conscript out of here. And so we are going to do some of this action. It will take some time for these guys to adjust, but they're just icing on the cake. They will go right to Adrian's unit. Adrian, the hero of this play. They will take a while to conscript anyway, so by the time they're done conscripting, their equipment should be relatively figured out. Let's take a look at our current infrastructure problem. We're kind of well set up. We are obviously hemorrhaging a ton of money now. Not as much as it looks like, because the investment pool is growing. We just... Like, the problem is the wages, not the construction good cost, because this is just too high, and we would want to bring that down. The standard of living is too damn high, because these are just so profitable. They're just like, but we are going to attract a lot more pops, and we are going to get a lot more pops once we get these two states. So this will help alleviate the problem. Oh, look at these, 65 productivity. I think I need to put another railroad at the back of this, and then we're just going to add like 6 of these. Like, we are producing a majority of the tools for the world. Who else is with us on this front? See, this is the problem. We don't want this guy here, because if this guy's fighting all the battles, we're just going to get clapped by France. Whereas this guy, we actually trust him to fight the battles. Unfortunate. Now, yeah. So this is a war we should have a slight strength advantage, but if we get unlucky in terms of who pushes, we might have to re-roll this war. Very critical war. After this, things will be a lot more comfortable, especially because we will have, you know, port cities, and we will have convoys, and we will have, you know, a navy and, like, everything. Or maybe not a navy. We won't maybe need that yet, but we also might want to start colonizing. Colonization's based on population, though, and our population's kind of booty. So, engines of progress, all aboard, I think. Actually, we maybe shouldn't have said all aboard, because now we just have a huge excess infrastructure that is going to creep up on us that we're going to lose. I regret that. Should have done motor industries throughput, whatever. Let's look at the diplomatic lens, because we have a lot of Diplo available. And improve relations. Well, actually, we're going to need to fight Russia at some point. Improve with Egypt. There we go. Popular playwright. Perfect. This event is really good if you're a small country, although for us, is 20 prestige even that much for us anymore? Not really. Yeah, let's just take the prestige. Early on, it allows you to get a lot more declare interest. It's crazy that we're number 8 power at this point. We are ineligible for becoming a great power because we are in Austria's market, and we will continue for some time to do that because our market's, like, not solvent. I'm going to try and build out of that a little bit, though, once we get Dobruja and such. Hopefully we are the one fighting these battles, because, dear Adrian... This isn't Adrian. Adrian? Who is this? Russia? No! Is he over there? No. Where is he? Okay, yeah, he's right where we want him. Oh, is this all one front? Oh, well. I thought we were separating them. Friggin' Russians. We want to fight this battle ourselves. Looks like Austria is advancing into France, though. So, this will make the war tick for us pretty... okay, now we get an Adrian battle. And, of course, he's doing well. We do get mud. He's much more likely to get mud, if I recall correctly, because he is, this one. But that gives him, extra offense and maneuver chance, so... we're okay with it overall, and I think he's also just really strong, so we should just be able to push into them most of the time. Let's take a quick look if we kind of timed things right. I guess the war's been going on a little while, but... yeah, they've still got a little bit of an equipment adjustment that's decaying, so we... 45 is a little too soon, so we should have waited till maybe 40 penalty. But now we're doing good. We got the boy himself, Big Adrian. Now, he does have... a little bit low morale. But, he's going to win this battle. We're going to take a little bit of dirt. If we take to it in either of these provinces, we start ticking them really fast. And so, that's the point. We are noticing this is decaying really fast. Once it gets past 50%, we'll increase taxes, I think. Discord within the Industrialists. Yikes. I think I'll just take the bigger enactment chance. Thank you. There aren't too many texts we want to get, like, push to first. We might get rid of oligarchy. We will lose a bunch of authority, but authority is not too useful for us. It's useful on us really early because consumption taxes are really good useful on early on, but they start falling off. Yeah, just the wages. We might delete, like, a big chunk of our military. We'll see. I mean, like, look at this standard of living. Now, the standard of living, I think, really kicked up because we added a whole bunch of military. And this added a whole bunch of jobs, which made labor have... Okay, we'll take that. With way more jobs and not enough labor, it pushes up standard of living, which is good for attracting migrants, but, you know, we'll build a rail because we'll know we'll need it, but... And then do that. And just keep on building. Just close your eyes and build. Ignore this horrific number. Well, at least we got one of our Austrians battling against them and not the French. The way we get clapped in these battles is if we get, like, one of the Austrian battalions against the French ones. And he's over here, but he's also pushing this front. I wish we could land or just focus on Dobruja, but we can't. It's this entire huge, like, Russian front. This is all one front, and we can't isolate. Oop, we do push in. This is the primary war goal here, so that's going to make them tick a lot more. We have a battle. I think this is on the other front. It is between the Russians and the French. Now, where is the front that's undefended? What? Tahiti? We don't care about Tahiti. What? That's not our okay, whatever. We can't get there anyways. So let's look. We have, we won against the French. Right? I wish the Russian flag in ours was, like, easier to tell the difference. Oh, what? Adrian's losing? This can't be true. He does have a fabulous 80. And he does have mud. Oh, look at that. The comeback kid himself. Adrian's not going to lose a battle. Come on. This guy? What an absolute stud. It might be time to increase the taxes and slow the bleeding here. We are going to continue to get bled, though. Either way. But, we are pushing in pretty well. We do need to grab the capital in order to get them to capitulate because we are banning slavery and opening their market as part of the things, which is how we got Austria and Russia in, so... So Adrian on that front. The Russians are on that front, I guess. They're going to tick pretty fast because we got Dobruja. I might move this guy over to this front here. Although I'd be pretty okay with just me being on this front, which is what it looks like it is. And just advancing, so I'll leave things as they are. I think if I move this guy to the front, the enemy might move more guys to the front, and if the enemy moves more guys to the front, we might get our side moving more guys to the front, which is not what we want. We do not want Austria to be doing the fighting for us here. We should be keeping a better eye on our... We also want to start increasing these inputs. And I think we want chem plant industry ourselves as well. And we're going to make you make this, and then after all this, we're going to build a railway. Trying to stick ahead of that, because currently we just have a extra bonus that we shouldn't have. Or sorry, we have, where's the bonus? Let's find it. It should be on the rails. So we have an infrastructure. We have a throughput bonus from railway connections. So 10% of our output, which I believe includes the infrastructure, is being increased by this event that's going to time out. When this event times out, if we just suddenly have a whole bunch less infrastructure, that'll be really bad. So that's why we're overbuilding when it seems like we don't need to, but we actually do need to. Or, well, we don't want to be kneecapped by the event is the thing. But we're pushing quite nicely. Austrians have a better navy than the French. That's a surprise. And we get protected speech, so we will get rid of one of these consumption taxes, and we will increase the taxes to slow this bleeding here, which is becoming increasingly painful. Protected speech gives us better tax spread, so that's good. And we might be time to... Can we increase institutions? We can't. We can't do these because it'll spark a revolution, so it might be time to maybe become more egalitarian here. We could just go full egalitarian. I don't hate it. We will lose 2 of these taxes, so we'll lose 15k of revenue. I think maybe we wait until after the war to try and do something that's going to decrease our revenue. Alright, now there's too many guys on the front so that we're, like, not making progress anymore. Oh, they moved them off. Oh, they're not sure what they want to do. You can take a -4. Let's see. But I don't want this. I don't want Mr. Lothar von Horn. I just want Adrian all day. The Adrian show. Ooh, we are deathly close to Eastern Thrace. We just have to have one little speck of it in order to satisfy the condition to bring them below 0. So... look at that. Just in a sea of red. Our highly profitable area. Very beautiful. Not really anywhere worth declaring an interest in. Yeah, unfortunate. It was us trying to push into them, though, so that's okay. You're so good. Too bad you're a traditionalist landowner. Yeah, so now they will not tick because we do not have the war goal. We do not have... now they will tick. Perfect. And we will be getting some major dirt this episode. Economy is not doing the best. We'll ignore that. Things will be looking up soon. Yeah, you're having trouble finding workers. Part of the reason is the conscripts also detract from the work pool. And we just wanted to give Adrian a little more oomph for this war. So, probably won't do that again. Might delete most of our military after this, even. Because these military wages are insanely high. So... or might go down to like 120 instead of 150. That might be a good number. Could maybe start winding that down a little bit. Ah, that seems stupid. In the middle of a war to wind down your military. But, I mean, we have what we need here. Although, let's get this guy onto this front instead. We're gonna be so nice and big after this. The extra government admins I'm adding at the back are going to be to give us more institutions. Hard work and hard workers, you're telling me. Well, the trade unions should be really happy with us right now, so we'll just do that. Should be. Don't even check. Look at me. What is this about? This is a fast advancing front. I don't know. I don't like that. Set it in my capital. I don't like that. We do get the better military PM. This is... Waiting for this is something we could have done. And maybe should have done. I think the steam donkey will be pretty good for us. Yeah, the steam donkey will be good. We could also just go for ironclad, since we already have gentry cranes. And we're just like steamers from the start. I like that, actually. Well, just as long as we hold on to this little area here. Adrian's losing a battle? What? Impossible. Where's the comeback kid himself? He's only got 5k troops. Yeah. Hopefully they don't push us out of here entirely. Gonna have less morale loss. Don't know how we are even involved in that. But I'm glad we didn't delete our military now. Albanian people are migrating to Wallachia. Thank God. Now this will finally start coming down. We will get employment come back up. The military wages will come down. This will be great. Maybe this battle doesn't even finish before the war ticks out. It'd be really sucky to stall it in -80 because he recovered his capital. That's not good, though. Well, he's just advancing, so that'll be fine. Is our guy advancing? He is advancing, so we're not going to lose the territory. We're just not going to win more. Perfect. So he is going to tick all the way down here. And we will have ourselves a much bigger Wallachia. And we will just have to go over to Moldova or Russia, I think. We'll have to go over to Dobruja there and Moldova. Apologies, because I can't pronounce any of this. We might want to damage relations with them. We'll see. Can we declare any rivalries? I don't think we can. Oh, we can. On who? Prussia and France? Yeah, no thanks. Not interested in them coming against us every diplo play we make. Maybe we could handle Prussia, but not interested in that for France. We got Jack the Ripper. Yeah, kill him. Not gonna even look at your ideology. Austria wants us to enter a defensive pact. I don't like that, because that to me implies that we're maybe not in the same... Oh, we're still in a customs union. I think I'm maybe okay with that. Yeah, we want them to like us a lot, too. I'm not planning on taking back the dirt from them anytime soon. So, now we are living in a post-war world. Let's take a look, just briefly, at the infrastructure situation. Okay, they both have available infrastructure. Now, let's just get rid of these barracks, for starters. And let's get rid of 20 barracks here. People should be able to migrate away from here and towards our capital, but there's not too many people to migrate anyways. But that should help a lot. Did our GDP spike up? Let's wait for next Monday. Now we could turn off the military PMs, but I'd rather like wind up and down the military than switch off PMs. No, GDP didn't change. Okay, but what we can build now is ports and naval bases. Ports will actually give us more infrastructure. There'll be anchorages for now, I suppose. We are working on the tech to make steamers. Neither of these places will be especially good for shipbuilding. Is there a place that we're going to get sometime soon that will have a shipbuilding bonus? I'm looking for the natural harbor or whatever it's called. I don't think that's a natural harbor looking one. That should be that looks like a natural harbor. But it's not. Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess we'll just do it in Dobruja. We'll build a government admin in each of these. And then in Dobruja, we will build a couple shipyards. Ah, so nice that we now have a coast. So now we can declare interest anywhere instead of just here. I think we might want to save the Ottoman interest because we might want to take Eastern Thrace if we fight the Ottomans again. So, could even move the capital to Eastern Thrace. Take that. I'm trying to think of who we want trade routes in particular with. Because we want to be able to import salt and sugar. Dutch East Indies is the biggest. Egypt's pretty big. Egypt might make a good trading partner. Great Qing. The problem with Great Qing is going to take a ton of convoys to trade with them. So we're going to, well, we're going to deck an interest here, and we're going to deck another one in Great Qing. And, is this war not over? Can just capitulate. Oh. We could just abandon Russia here. Because we got everything we wanted, right? But France is still fighting for them from the Lithuania training port. I think we like doing this. See you, Russia. There are no war goals against my country now. And that should greatly wind down the cost for military goods. But we still have the military wages situation and a huge subsidy situation. Ugh. We really need to figure out, we really need to start building rural stuff now. For like, and the reason's like twofold here. We will also incorporate here and here. But the reason is twofold why we need a bunch more rural stuff is because we want to be able to support an economy that can split from Austria. And the rural stuff notably uses the transportation. Right now the transportation is so cheap because we have this like one railway just like producing infinite transport. You know, it's so cheap that like we are having to pay so much in this subsidy. You know, right here. And a big part of this is also wages. Like, a big part of this is wage subsidies because the standard of living is so high. And the standard of living dropping is a good thing. We're going to get population migrating here. And this will start to, like, normalize a little bit. And then we can decrease taxes again. But the logging camps, for example, once we fix it, let's fix all these PMs and then end the episode. We're also going to switch these all to the low PMs. And we're going to switch over all PMs and just fix everything up here. But what I'm talking about is that in here, you'll see a lot of these are railways, have railways. And with the railways turned on, it increases the demand for transportation, which makes transportation more expensive. As transportation gets more expensive, we will have to pay less for that sort of stuff. Because the subsidies we're having to pay because the railways aren't profitable. If the railways' output was more expensive, the railways would be profitable. Like, if the price of this was doubled, the railways would be taking in, you know, 54k instead, and we would still be losing money, but we'd be losing a lot less money. and we are getting ready to have the ports turned on, but we will do like some of this action. And then we could even try and build furniture tall here as well. Ah, yes, we have to finish turning on all the PMs everywhere. To the ones we want. I didn't even check if that was more profitable. I'm guessing it is. If it's not, I apologize for my imprecision. We're probably going to use all the labor-saving PMs. I don't think bone china yet. Just regular glass is what we want. We're going to switch this and then switch it back so we don't have the thing anymore. Just going to do it anyways. Those will be switched over soon. We'll do that. The Arts Academy, independent artists maybe? Nah, we want the bougie patronage. We'll swap those over for shrapnel and artillery. Don't want to wind these down, I don't think. I think I want to stick with these. You know what, we'll wind them down here. Because we are trying to right this ship a little bit. Now, I think that they have just a lot of infrastructure available. Yeah, and even more once they'll be integrated and losing the devastation. So... we will get some rural up in here. Especially the, like, wood chopping, the mines, and less so the mines here. The wood chopping and the mines, because these are actually not owned by the landowners. Now, why can't we set you to auto-expand? Because you must know... oh, because you're already at the cap. That would explain everything. It's so beautiful, though. We do have government admins finishing, so this should be fine. These places are incorporating, so they'll be nice and with us. And we have ourselves, you know, not the biggest Wallachia, but a strong Wallachia that we have gotten throughout this episode. Our economy is beginning to recover here. You know, still experiencing some pain, but as long as this doesn't bounce up too fast, we won't have to pay too much in the government wages. You notice the government wages should be... oh, well, they're not ticking down that fast. Maybe we have to delete more military. And just keep the military in the capital, the 100 under Adrian. Adrian himself. I guess I don't hate that. Let's delete a little bit more. Try and help that out a little bit. But yes, so this episode we went to war with the Ottomans. We got a little bit of sand back. We're just one step closer to forming Romania. But for that last step, we will have to fight Russia. I kind of don't think we want to fight Russia yet. They're wary towards us. Because now they view us as a natural enemy. I think that what we want to do is we want to beat up the Ottomans more and take more of their dirt and do that as our kind of way of expanding more so, or even expanding anywhere else in the world. Like we could expand in South America if we wanted. You know, we could try and vassalize Argentina because now we have ports and we can make ships, although I really don't want to make ships yet, so I think that we wait for the truce on the Ottomans to time out, and we try and do, you know, something... what? How does making a protectorate out of them only cost 3.5 infamy? That can't be right. Oh, if they accept. Yeah, they're not going to accept, is the point. We have just enough authority to put in one of these. That's kind of nice. Okay, yep. So this episode, clapped the Ottomans a little bit, took some sand, feeling good, and Next time we will be looking to just mainly chill, get the economy readjusted. We almost lost our entire gold reserve. That's fine. Not too big a deal. We're going to try and expand rural stuff, and especially inputs for our... that's going to be profitable. Inputs for our stuff so that, you know, when we eventually break out the Austrian market, it will be less painful. And this kind of, you know, scraping a path forward, but we are now like safe. The run is safe. Before, when we were landlocked, we could easily become scuffed if we get out of Austria's market. Now it's really safe, and in fact, we will look to have a backup, gentlemen, to help us. So, our backup, if we get bumped out of Austria's market, we will try and get into Great Britain's market. In fact, Great Britain's market wouldn't be better because we're land adjacent to Austria, and that's kind of a big deal. But if we were land adjacent to Great Britain, it would be better. And if we get booted out of Austria, I suppose it's either Russia or Austria. So, you know, Austria is better. Anyways, feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you like this video, or comment, you know, if you want to see more Romania and this type of stuff. I largely am continuing the run because people have commented that they want to see more Romania, and so more than happy. You just have to, like, communicate what types of things you want to see, and have a good one. Oh, and if, you know, you've been sitting for a while, which perhaps you have if you've watched this start to finish, you know, grab a drink of water, take a walk, do some squats, get your blood flow up a little bit, you know, maybe make you feel better, you know, in terms of health, and have a good one.